Kia ora everyone, what's good people? This will be my first game review. I don't really do game reviews because I guess I'm a little bit scared that I might do it wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I've no idea what I'm doing. Even first impressions, I mean, first impressions are easy, but as a review, a proper game review, no, I wouldn't know where to begin or what to do. But I mean, I am a big fan of Uncharted. You know what I'm saying? And since Uncharted 4 supposedly going to be the last one, last Uncharted that Naughty Dog's going to do, anyways, I thought, you know what, stuff it. I'm just going to review Uncharted Drake's Fortune on the PlayStation 4. That's the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. So yeah, I'm just going to pop, lock, and drop it from my from off the top of my dome. Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so first up is graphics. I think what Blue Point, wow, idiot. Uh, um, what, I think what Blue Point have done, they've done as much as they could. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a remastered. This is a PlayStation 3 game that has been remastered and put on the PS4. So obviously the graphics don't. I mean, they look stunning, but not next gen stunning. If you know what I'm saying. But I think Bluepoint done a really good job cleaning up all of that what is it textures, the especially the skin textures, because I remember on the PlayStation 3 version of Drake's Fortune, I remember specifically telling my brother that, like, holy crap, their skin looks like plastic, like plastic from Toy Story. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's really nice how they've cleaned up the skin textures, as well as other textures like the guns, metal, rocks, the ground, even adding some more grass. I've noticed it just fills out the world. You can tell that they went and animated some more branches, leaves, just to give the environment a little maybe facelift, if you will. Now on to gameplay. So first off, I think the gameplay is very smooth, very nice. The shooting, Nathan still points his gun on the left, like on the sides of the screen. It's so crack up because you can tell how far this franchise has gone from this game to obviously to Uncharted 3. So you know it's quite hilarious to see that he points his gun to the side of the screen. It's crack up. But yeah, I mean, frame rate is very stable, very smooth. Um, the gunplay, the cover system, it all reacts very nicely. I think Bluepoint has done justice in terms of gameplay as well. Um, and also I like that they've kept that mechanic to peek around cover. So not only can you peek above cover and shoot, but you can also peek to the left sides and to the right sides of cover, which is something that Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3 does not have. And still to this day, I do not understand why Naughty Dog took that mechanic out. That just makes no sense. But it's such a cool, nostalgic little um, uh, mechanic that I remember from the original. So much props to Bluepoint for keeping that mechanic in. That was genius. However, my only gripe with the gameplay would have to be that jump button. Okay, now I remember playing the PS3 version, the original version. I clearly remember. If there was anything that I remembered from the original Drake's Fortune, it would have to be that stupid jump button. Because, dude, that would piss me off. Because, dude, I would die because Nathan wouldn't jump far enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he done it on purpose. Like, that's how bad it was. Because, because I would want to jump, but it felt like he purposely fell. Like he purposely fell into the hole or just fell down the cliff. And like, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Jump! Jump, man! but you know, he just couldn't do it, and you can tell Blue Point just could not fix it. They just couldn't fix it. I was hoping maybe they could tweak it, you know, with the new technology and stuff. Nope. Tragic. Man, tragic. Up next is music, voice, and sound.
I know I'm not a big-time treasure hunter like you, but I doubt you're gonna find El Dorado in there. How'd you get yourself in this mess?
Trying to rescue you, as a matter of fact.
Oh, that's so sweet. Traditional sandstone, brick, and stucco. Limestone mortar, huh?
How'd you get to know so much about this?
My show, Episode 4, Architects of a New World. Yep, it'll just take a tug to pull these bars out.
What? Pardon me.
Now, I absolutely love the soundtrack of Uncharted. Just from the brass instruments down to the little wind tribal indigenous flutes and stuff like that. They they really give the game that jungle flavor because this Drake's Fortune is set in has a jungle setting. So so you hear a lot of wind instruments, a lot of like bongos, drums, and all that. It really gives it that jungly feel, I guess you could say. Especially especially if you go onto the title main menu screen of the game. You know, that just that theme song with the trumpets, like the brr 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 brr. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You know, it just the soundtrack, the soundtrack of the game sounds like something off of a big blockbuster movie, so to speak. You know, it really gives it that punchy feel, as well as the ambient sounds with the little like wind instruments, indigenous tribal instruments and stuff like that. Really give it that sort of that yeah that it it gives it that explorery type Indiana Jones-ish type vibe. You know, it's hard to explain. You know, you'll have to really listen to the soundtrack, but it's really nice. As well as obviously the guns and stuff like that. You know, the guns don't sound too next gen. You know, because obviously it is a PlayStation 3 game, but I mean, all the different sound effects sound pretty crisp, pretty nice. And last but not least, the storyline. So for those of you who don't quite know or haven't or have yet to play this game, the protagonist is a man named Nathan Drake. That's the guy that you play as, and he is a treasure hunter that goes around finding treasure and stuff. Now, this guy here happens to acquire this has a ring that was once owned by Sir Francis Drake, and who is supposedly Nathan's ancestor. And inscribed on this ring are the supposed coordinates to Sir Francis Drake's burial site. Now, in order to get to this burial site, Nathan must first acquire funds, which is where Elena Fisher comes in, a reporter. Now, she comes in, funds this expedition for Nathan, while at the same time she documents the findings. Whatever Nathan finds, she records it or whatever and documents it for a show, a TV show, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, so that's what they do. So both Nathan and Elena go to the supposed burial site, find the coffin. Um, However, what lies inside the coffin is not a body, but rather Sir Francis Drake's journal, which this journal will lead. What is written inside this journal is what will lead Nathan's best friend and father figure, Victor Sullivan, and Elena to the lost treasure of El Dorado. Yeah, that's pretty much where the story takes off from there. Now, the dialogue is really good. Okay, the story is very well written, even though the bad guys what's their names? Atok Navarro and Gabriel Newman? Or, I mean, I, I, I have a really hard time trying to remember the bad guys in this game because they're just, I don't know, they're not as memorable as, let's say, Lazarevich from Uncharted 2 or or Harry Flynn, or let's take Marlowe from Uncharted 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, whereas those characters are very memorable in a way, whereas Navarro and Gabriel, they're not really that. They're your typical bad guys, and they're okay, but I mean, I think that would have to be one of the main gripes that I have with the storyline, even though the protagonists, even though Nathan, Sully, and Elena are very well written, as well as Eddie Raja. I thought Eddie Raja, like, dude, he was my favorite character in this game. I really liked his character. I liked the voice actor who voiced him. I liked his dialogue. You know what I'm saying? His cutscenes, Eddie Raj's cutscenes were like the best cutscenes in the game. You know what I'm saying? So the story is well written, but it's just a shame that the bad guys weren't as well written as Nathan or Eddie or Sullivan. Now, another gripe that I have with the storyline would have to be Elena's character. Now, in this game here, Drake's Fortune, Elena's character is more gutsy. She's willing to fight. She's willing to kill. In order to find this lost treasure. Now, there is a cutscene here which I will show you now.
Rewind it.
Yeah?
Wait, stop.
Uh-huh.
Right there. That's our ticket out of here. Come on.
Our ticket out of here? Are you giving up?
Maybe you hadn't noticed, but we're kind of outnumbered.
We're doing fine so far. I don't know.
Elena, I don't need your bullet-riddled corpse on my conscience. Let's go.
Oh, please. You quit if you want to, but don't use me as an excuse.
Fine. It's me, okay? I am quitting. Are you coming or not?
So that's it. You're just gonna forget about the treasure and forget about Drake?
God damn it, this is not worth dying over.
Okay. Okay. Listen, either way, we have to head back to the harbor. Don't worry about it. We can argue about it later. It'll be great.
Now, as you can see in that cutscene, she was, as I said before, very gutsy. She was willing to stay on the island, whereas Nathan, Like he was like, nah, man, we out. You know what I'm saying? Like he did not want to look. The first boat he saw, that he was gone. You know what I'm saying? Nathen wanted to find the first boat out of here. He wanted to just go, leave the island. This treasure isn't worth, I guess finding or killing or worth dying over. Whereas Elena, she was like, nah, man. We can do it together. You know what I'm saying? We can kill these people. We can take out these guys, and before you know it, we'll have the treasure. That was her character. That's one of the reasons why I liked Elena, was because of her, was because she wasn't afraid to get her hands dirty or bloody. um, yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I did like her character. She had more balls than Nathen, so to speak. She was willing to stay on the island. But whereas if you take Uncharted 3, for instance, her character changes. Now, I'm not too sure why Naughty Dog or Amy Hennig chose to change her character, because I really liked this version of Elena as opposed to the other versions of Elena in Uncharted 3 or Uncharted 2. I really liked this Elena. She was ballsy, man. She wanted to get up in the action, and she was willing to kill to find the treasure. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, and also Nathen. Nathen as well. Like he was like, "Now we're gonna leave," which isn't really like Nathen, is it? For him to just leave the treasure. Yeah, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? It really isn't like him. So I guess that's one of the gripes that I have. This cutscene isn't a mistake. I don't think it was a mistake. I think the mistake was changing the characters after this game. Or, I mean, I don't know. But anyways, those are just my gripes with the characters and the storyline. And that's pretty much it, brothers and sisters. That's pretty much my review of Uncharted Drake's Fortune for the PlayStation 4 remastered collection, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, man. As I said before, I am a big fan of Uncharted, and I hope to do a review of Uncharted 2 and 3, hopefully before Uncharted 4 comes out. Which is a bit of a squeeze. But yeah, but I mean, anyways, that's pretty much my thoughts, my opinions, what I like about the game, what I don't like about the game. Yeah, man, thank you for watching, if you've even watched up to here, which, which is quite a feat, because this video's long. But yeah, man, I just want to end off with this. Now, even though Uncharted Drake's Fortune is not the most, exciting story out of the trilogy, even though this game might not have the big set pieces like Uncharted 2 or Uncharted 3 has, even though this game might not have the big explosions like, for instance, a train exploding or seeing a huge aeroplane like explode in mid-flight and fall to the ground. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have any of those breathtaking moments, but in saying that, this game is not the weakest of the trilogy by far. This game is not at all the weakest, and it is worth playing, not skipping, in fact. And for me, I think the weakest game out of the trilogy will have to be the third one, in fact. And I'll tell you why in my review if I do it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this game, even though it is more linear than its older brothers, it is still definitely a game that should be played and not skipped or missed. It is definitely a good story with good characters, good writing, and some decent gameplay. With that being said, thank you people for watching. I'll catch you up in my next video. Peace.